Hey ladies and gentlemen, Stephen here from Redolessence and welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for joining us today. I really appreciate it and I hope that this video finds you well. Today I'm joined by the wonderful Olya. Olya also has a channel here on YouTube. I'm going to leave her information down below, so definitely make sure to check her out, subscribe to her channel. She has a lot of great fragrance related content. And in today's episode, Olya is going to be blindly sniffing 10 of my favorite designer fragrances for life. So make sure to stay tuned. Now before we begin this video and I have Olya blindly sniff 10 of my favorite designer fragrances for life, I do want to mention that if you are a fan of fragrance related content, if you like fragrance reviews here on YouTube, but also top 10 videos just like this, giveaways, unboxings, special guests, interviews, and pretty much anything having to do with fragrances, please do consider supporting the channel by subscribing to it. All you have to do is click on that red button in the corner. And of course, while you're at it, make sure to enable notifications by clicking on the bell. Also, as you can tell by taking a look at the title down below, there is going to be a giveaway attached to this video. The only thing you need to do to enter the giveaway is, of course, be subscribed to this channel, subscribe to Olya's channel, and then leave one comment down below with which is your favorite designer fragrance for life. And I'm going to be picking the winner in 1 week's time. So definitely make sure to come back to this video in 1 week to see if you've won, because I will be pinning the winning comment to the top of the comment thread. And the winner will get a 5 ml decant of any 3 fragrances in this list. So Olya, how's it been?
It's been great, and we haven't seen each other for so long, so I'm really happy to be able to catch up.
Yeah, Olya and I were talking about this in the car. We haven't seen each other since January. And you know, pre-COVID, I used to be able to go into the city whenever I wanted to. Obviously, Olya is employed at a perfume boutique in the city, and so it was really nice to be able to visit her whenever I wanted to. But of course, a lot of things have changed since COVID-19
The boutique went online, and
Right.
everything just has changed. So it's really crazy, but we're adjusting.
Yeah, we are adjusting, and I'm really happy to have Olya on this list specifically because, you know, she is somebody who works in the industry, and so she might already have experience with a lot of these fragrances. I do have them covered here by a microfiber cloth, so she can't see what they are, but I wouldn't be surprised if you know what all 10 of them are, just because I know you have an extensive collection yourself, so I don't want to take up any more of your time or your time, so let's go ahead and start the video. I'll try to pair them up as well if I feel like a lot of them are olfactorily similar. So here's the first one for the people at home. And Olya has a very good nose. I know these are not pre-sprayed. I do apologize for that. This video was very whimsical, but I trust that Olya knows how to perceive all aspects of a fragrance from the top to the bottom. And here is B. Okay, here you are.
Good to go?
Yes, so this one is A, and this one is B.
Okay. This was A, this was B. I don't think I'm going to be able to actually point out what these are.
Okay,
and it's
so I
so
did good.
interesting. It's so interesting how I always say that when we do not see the bottle in front of us, it could be something that you can even have in your collection and you may not necessarily recognize it so easily.
And sometimes you think it's a certain note, but it's a completely different note. And it's not until somebody tells you where you're like, oh yeah, that's right, that is iris or that is amber or whatever.
Which kind of goes to show that, you know, we're so swayed by marketing and packaging that I end up, you know, and I'm sure you do as well, but I think we're all kind of can fall victims to that. But I find it more interesting. So basically A for me is a little bit powdery.
This one right here?
Yeah,
I think that might be B. Oh, that's A?
Really? I think, no, that's A.
Oh, yeah,
sure,
that is A.
I mixed them
Yeah,
up,
sorry
but I
about
know
that.
it was A for sure because like that powdery note hit my nose right away. I like this, but I think for myself, I would prefer B because it's a little bit more spicy tobacco.
Wow.
And I'm all about that tobacco. I don't know if it has tobacco.
I get tobacco. I definitely get tobacco.
But I'm going towards that like spicy, a little bit cinnamony maybe take on a tobacco, and it's a bit sweeter, so I'll go with a B.
Wow. Okay, so let's toss the A. We'll keep the B here.
A
so the fragrance that Olya didn't pick is 1 Million Privé by Paco Rabanne. Great fragrance in my opinion. That ambery sort of myrrh, incensey quality that's in there. Very dark juice as well. But the one that you picked, I don't know if you've tried this before.
I haven't.
Wait to say Pulse of the Night.
I haven't tried it. I haven't tried. Well, I mean, I smelled it a long time ago off someone, but I never actually wore it on my skin for me to. But the funny part is that I was eyeing this one on Fragrantica, and I've seen it. You know, I've seen a few people talking about this, and it got me really interested. So it's really interesting that I ended up picking it.
It's so funny you said tobacco though. Although it doesn't contain tobacco in the note breakdown, it does remind me of Harrod by Parfum de Marly.
Which is that
and
tobacco
one has
pipe.
tobacco.
And I love Harrod, so I'm not surprised I went for this one. I love all these different takes on a tobacco. I'm definitely a tobacco-oriented girl, even though this one doesn't have it.
No, but this is a great one.
I'm turning around.
Okay, great. Let's move on. So this is A, B.
I think I may have an idea of what this one is.
Okay.
I mean, I'll just take a guess because I think I have this in my private collection.
It's a designer.
I think this is a Moschino, the toy boy, the black little bear, which I love.
It is. But let's see if it's better than B, though.
I really love that fragrance. I think it's like as a designer release, this was a nice daring choice. What is that note? It's like I'm kind of circling around it. It's a bit more peppery for me. It's definitely like spicier and very aromatic. But in between of these two, I love how fresh peppery rose is the Moschino release because I found it to be such a good release. And that's why I ended up adding it to my collection. So between these two, I'm gonna go with Moschino.
Okay. Well, B was a mid-90s release. I know at this point it's gotten a bit old, and you are right, there is this dark peppery quality. It has that tar note, Angelman.
I can't believe this
by
is
Teddy Mugler.
Oh my god, so my ex used to wear this.
Oh, really? Okay.
And I can't believe I didn't recognize the Angel. Oh my god.
Maybe you haven't smelled it for a long time, so it didn't ring a bell?
I haven't smelled it for years.
Okay, that's a good thing.
Oh my god, that's crazy. Oh, I'm a little disappointed in myself right now, but okay.
So Moschino Toy Boy moves on. All right.
At least I recognize one of them though.
Here's A and here's B.
I like this. This is like one of those aromatic with a little bit of that aftershave vibe, like very masculine, something that I feel like I see a lot in the designer, but it also has that like comforting, for me, aftershave scent is very comforting. I don't know why I find it to be like very calming. So I do like this, but let's see what you got for me for B. Okay, I think I'm recognizing this one because I also have it in my collection. Let's see if I'm right. I think this is the one of the Jardin fragrances from Hermes. This is the Sœur de Nil with the green mango, which I love. So, I like this one too. Oh, this one is gonna be hard.
See, these two are a little bit on the fresher side. Whereas with the first two picks, the 1 million Privé and this one, they were both on the tobacco side. So I'm trying to pick ones that are kind of similar.
This is hard because I love this green mango one.
Yeah.
But I also love this one, and it also makes me feel like I know this fragrance. Like it's really familiar to me, but I can't quite pinpoint it. Oh, can I pick both? I'm not allowed. You know, for me, I would probably go, this is something that I wear a lot, and I feel like the green mango, I'm on my third bottle of Hermes, which I'm pretty sure this is it. So it's kind of like hard for me to give my vote to the other one just because I love the Hermes so much. But to be honest with you, if I could pick both, I would pick both.
Okay.
So, but okay.
So I can see what you were saying with the first one. You said it reminds you of something, you're not sure what it is. So it might be reminding you of the more popular niche counterpart to this fragrance, because the one that I just had you smell, which I'm starting to doubt whether it's a designer fragrance or not, but it is so affordable that you might as well call it a designer. It's by Armaf and it's called Trenuit, and this is their version of Green Irish Tweed. So you might have been picking up on that.
Yeah, and Green Irish Tweed totally has that like aromatic, fresh green, but definitely aftershave type. You know, that lining I feel like is that comforting aftershave, which I really like.
For sure, 1985 Violet Lemon Verbena, pardon me. And yeah, you were right about the second one, Un Jardin sur le Nil by Hermes.
All right. Okay, so this is the one.
Okay, so that moves on. We have 4 more to smell. I'm curious to see what you're going to pick as your ultimate favorite.
This is going to be hard. You always make it hard for me. You made it hard for me last time too.
I know. If I'm going to link that video up here and down below, by the way. That was a fun video for sure.
Yeah.
Here's A and here's B.
I'm like recognizing it like as I know this fragrance, but I'm having a very hard time again calling it out. Hold on, let me just see. Steven is sneaky. He's putting me on the spot here.
You know what it is too with this one? There have been so many variations of that DNA. So if you are stumped, you know, it's funny. I did this video a couple times with Carlos, and that one stumped him as well. And so I think it's one of these fragrances where if you smell it after having smelled a dozen fragrances, it doesn't click right away. But I think if you smell it in the air, having not smelled anything, it would probably hit you right away.
I definitely know this. This is killing me. Oh my God. Okay, let me smell the other one. I do love this. So this is definitely something that I have smelled. Maybe I even have it. This is also something that I feel like I've smelled before. I mean, I feel like the second one to me is something that's aromatic. It also has a little bit of that aftershave quality, just somewhere kind of in the background, but it's a little bit less, not provocative, but it's less of a statement in my opinion than the first one.
Right.
The first one is great, but oh my God, it's killing me. And I feel like this is another tobacco fragrance, but this is like a fresher, almost like a tobacco leaf, like when it's drying out, you know, in the sun, with definitely some spices. Oh my God. I'm picking A for sure,
Okay.
but I can't call out what it is, which is killing me. Ugh.
I think for the most part, Olya is gravitating towards the darker scents. And so A was Ombre Leather by Tom Ford. Do you have this one?
No.
Okay, well, that explains it. And B is Versace Dylan Blue. So.
And Versace Dylan Blue is always on like so many lists for so many people as like one of those things to always have. You know, but ombre leather, yes, it basically, what I was going around is that Tuscan leather DNA, which was the original release, which I feel like ombre leather is like a play on that for me. Like a more maybe subdued, a little bit smoother take on it, you know, in my opinion. But I love Tuscan leather, and for me, ombre leather, I don't have it, but I should add it because I love it.
Yeah, it's a great one. Here's A, and here is B.
The first one goes into that a little bit sweet, aromatic, woodsy, slightly tobacco-ish land, kind of in that genre. And it's definitely stronger than the B. But the B I'm picking up as something that I have in my collection, which is something that I love throughout the years. And I'm thinking that this might be... Okay, I'm gonna pick B just because I'm pretty sure that this is the fragrance that I have in my collection, and that's Dior Homme.
Okay.
I have the Intense. I know many people swear by the Parfum, but I prefer the Intense because I think it showcases the iris a little bit more, and it's less on that sweetness, which I love. So basically the way I always think about this, and that's what this one making me feel of, is like you took a suede bag and you spilled some like orris butter, or you like rubbed some orris butter on it. So I'm gonna go out and think that you included your own.
Do you think that's the original or the Intense?
I think this is the Intense because I have the Intense one,
Okay.
and I'm gonna say it's the Intense. Let's see.
When did you purchase the Intense?
I purchased the Intense
Years ago?
5 years ago. Yeah, it's not like super recent, but I don't think I have a release from years and years, like about maybe 4 or 5 years ago.
So the reason I ask is because that is Dior Homme Intense.
Yeah.
You're right. But that was actually the 2020 version. And so the fact
Really?
that you were able to pick up on the similarity just goes to show that they don't smell that different, right?
That's very interesting.
Yeah, I think the original smells a little bit, not the original, but like the 2011 formulation, if you will, smells a little bit more vanillic, a little sweeter. But I mean, there's like the difference is very mild. So.
Oh, I'm really glad. Okay, you know, I'm really happy because I feel like if I didn't call out the ones that I have, I would have felt terrible about my nose.
No, you did a fantastic job. You always do a great job.
But you picked some good ones. You really threw me off there.
Thank you. Yeah, these are some of my favorite designer fragrances. The one that didn't win this round, of course, is L'Homme Ideal by Guerlain. Also great, in my opinion. But now, Olya, I would like to ask, if you had to pick a favorite among these 5, one like definitive, like, wow, this is amazing, this is a must-have in your collection, which from these 5 would you pick?
Can I get only one?
We can do a top 3, but I would definitely love to hear your number 1.
It's tough. Oh, it's tough. Well, something that if the house is burning down and I have to run away with one fragrance, and this is something that maybe like we're looking at the scenario where I can't repurchase it so easily.
Okay.
It would be Dior Homme Intense because
Okay.
I love that fragrance. I love that fragrance.
Wow. Awesome. Dior Homme Intense for the win, the number 1 pick here.
But my underdog would be this one.
Ooh, okay. So great fragrance. Again, that vanillic ambery thing kind of smells tobacco-y, peppery. So this would be your number 2. And what about a number 3?
My number 3 would be this baby, because I really love what they did here. And basically years ago, I used to mix Rosamunda by Laboratorio Olfattivo, or Rosamunda, not sure.
Yeah.
My Italian sucks. But I used to mix it with Honor Men by Amouage because it was super peppery, and I was craving this peppery rose. And here they made the peppery rose without having to mix anything. So I remember when I first smelled this was great. So I definitely think that this would be my number 3.
Nice. And despite this being a little bit gender bender and metrosexual, you would still love to smell this on a man?
Definitely. I think that I would definitely turn around twice if I would smell that on a man, because it would be like, oh, you're daring. Okay.
There you have it. You heard it from Olya directly. So Olya, thank you so much for being on my
Thanks
channel.
for
I really
having
appreciate
me.
it.
And always giving me a run for the money.
So these have been Olya's favorite designer fragrances from the list that I curated. Of course, number 1, Dior Homme Intense. Number 2, Pulse of the Night. Number 3, Moschino Toy Boy. Of course, I'm going to leave links to all of those down below. And of course, please participate in the giveaway for a 5 ml decant of any of the fragrances, any 3 fragrances that were featured in this list. And once again, all you have to do is, of course, like and subscribe to this channel, but also subscribe to Olya's channel. A link is going to be down below, and she's going to have a lot of videos coming out in the future as well. Thanks again for watching. I love you guys, and see you next time. Bye.